Welcome to your custom deep dive. So you know that universal nightmare behind your TV or your desk?
Oh yeah, the horrifying tangled web of cords.
Right, the power cords, the HDMI cables, just random wires that seem to, multiply in the dark.
It is a complete mess.
It really is. But imagine just waving a magic wand and making that entire mess completely disappear. For high-end professional broadcast studios, a new $449 piece of hardware does exactly that.
It's actually amazing.
Today we are exploring the Bolin BL-BR4K-1 4K HDBaseT receiver.
Which is such a big deal because condensing a massive audio, video, and control setup into a single cable is a huge leap for broadcast infrastructure.
Because normally you'd need so many different cords, right?
Exactly. We are taking systems that usually require a heavy bundle of specialized, really expensive cables and running them entirely through one standard C3 network cable.
And the numbers here are wild. I mean, we are talking about transmitting uncompressed 4K video at 30 frames per second.
Via an HDMI 1.4 output, yeah.
Right, and it pushes that across massive distances, like 80 to 100 meters. That is basically a football field. So, okay, let's unpack this.
Sure.
How does one basic Cat6 cable handle massive 4K video data, plus deliver up to 97 watts of power? Like, why doesn't the power just fry the data signal?
Well, it comes down to frequency separation using a standard called power over HDBaseT, or PoH.
Okay.
So inside a Cat6 cable, you have pairs of twisted copper wire. The 4K video and the control data travel across that copper as extremely high-frequency electrical signals.
Oh, I see.
But the 97 watts of power, on the other hand, is transmitted as a low-frequency direct current, or DC.
So it is like a stereo system. You can have a heavy bass track and a really high-pitched vocal running through the exact same speaker wire at the same time.
Because they operate on completely different frequencies.
Yes, exactly.
They don't collide.
Right, because the DC power and the high-frequency data occupy entirely different spaces on the electrical spectrum, they can share the exact same physical copper without interfering with each other.
That is wild. And this is what the IE 802.3 BT protocol governs. It safely manages that 97-watt payload alongside the data packets. What's fascinating here is how this changes the entire architecture of a studio setup.
Well, yeah, because if you are delivering 97 watts directly over the network cable, you don't need a traditional wall outlet anywhere near the camera. You are completely untethered from the building's electrical grid.
But that architectural freedom creates a new logistical headache.
Oh!
How so? Well, think about it. If you can bolt a camera to a ceiling beam, like 300 feet away just because you ran a single Cat6 cable up there.
Oh, right. How do you physically control its movements?
Exactly.
Especially since a lot of robust high-end PTZ, pan, tilt, zoom cameras rely on older serial connections like RS-232 or RS-4232.
Yeah, they aren't natively designed to speak to a modern IP network.
Right.
This is where the receiver acts as a digital translator using a process called VISA over IP to serial conversion.
Wait, VISA is the protocol for controlling PTZ cameras, right?
You got it. The receiver basically takes the digital IP commands sent over the network from a modern controller and translates them into the raw serial data that the older camera hardware actually understands.
So it is essentially intercepting an email and instantly reading it out loud as a telegram, just so the legacy machine can physically react to the pan, tilt, and zoom instructions.
That is a perfect analogy, and it handles image parameter data the exact same way. It actually integrates perfectly with the BC9 camera or, any of Bolin's 1, 7, 8, or 9 series VCC cameras.
Oh, wow. So when paired with something like the KBD 1010 RNV keyboard controller, an operator can just manage every camera on the network remotely.
Exactly. By bridging that gap, you aren't forced to throw away expensive legacy cameras just because you upgraded your network backbone. You seamlessly integrate them into a modern workflow.
Plus, with these highly flexible mounting options, I think they have a $69 rack mount, a $99 surface mount, and a wall bracket for $154.
Yeah, you really can just drop these systems anywhere.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Whether you are actively setting up a live event space, or you are just fascinated by elegant engineering, this hardware proves the future of complex infrastructure isn't about running more wires.
It is about smarter data packing and frequency management. We are continually pushing the boundaries of what standard copper networking cables can actually handle,
turning them into the primary arteries for both massive data and heavy power.
Exactly.
Which leaves me with this thought for you to mull over. As this technology scales up, What happens when a single basic cord becomes the entire backbone of our physical and digital lives?
That is a really good question.
If a simple Cat6 cable can do the heavy lifting of high-voltage power, Ultra HD video, and complex remote control, could the traditional electrical power cord as we know it become completely obsolete?
It just might.
And if that happens, that horrifying tangled mess of cords behind your TV might finally be a thing of the past.